Serving up a warm dish of the Triads culinary fare, here's your weekly helping of food, news, and views. This is The Man Who Ate the Town.
And welcome to this week's episode of The Man Who Ate the Town podcast. This is number 149. This is for the week of April 13th through the 19th, 2020. My name is Tim.
My name's Ray.
And who else we got?
Oh, I'm Leah.
All right, we were opening the recipe box. We are recording this episode of The Man Who Ate the Town in the Less Desirable studio in the lab at Industry Hill. We are practicing social distancing and using Zoom, which is sponsored by Bull's Tavern. Thank you very much,
Danielle.
Yay.
Yes, thank you, Danielle. Thank you, Bull's Tavern. So like you heard, we have Leah back with us again this week.
Yay!
It's pretty regular now, and I like that. I will tell you
I'm
that
glad
we are.
that-
How you're glad to be there?
I'm glad that you like that.
Oh yeah, I like it. Well, we're kind of involved right now, so I do have an invitation out for Corks, Caps, and Taps. I don't know if they're going to be able to make it onto the show, but I wanted them to come on and talk about some specials that they're running because they are open. And let me see here. They are still offering curbside pickup on orders. And they say, sadly, haven't had many takers. And they're just assuming that people are getting their wine and beer when they're forced to go to the grocery store. So they said they're available and ready to help. They even come up with some good pricing, but just not many takers, and they appreciated me checking in on them. So I asked, go ahead.
Do they do growler fills?
I don't know. That's why I was.
Check into that.
Let me see.
I mean, that's the most important question right there.
Yes. Yes,
How
they do.
much can I get at one time?
Come get a 32 or 64 ounce growler of your favorite. And they do have, as of the 27th of March, which if they haven't had a whole lot of takers, then they probably still have this, of sexual chocolate. And I know a lot of people clamor for that. So, yeah. So, I don't know what the specials are per se because let's see. The Cavit Moscato is $8.99. The Crossing Sauvignon Blanc is $11.99. Three Thieves Rosé $11.99. Ferrari Carano Pinot Grigio $13.99. The Secret Malbec $11.99. Sterling Cabernet Sauvignon for $9.99. Tribute Cabernet Sauvignon for $14.99. Meiomi Pinot Noir $14.99. The Federalist Bourbon Barrel Zinfandel, for $15.99. Montevina Chardonnay $11.99. The Casa Mateo Pinot Grigio Chardonnay Pinot Noir Sav Cab or Cab Sav, all those are $9.99. 64 ounce beer growlers are $4 off right now, and they have a menu on Untappd. So look up Corks, Caps, and Taps for that. Again, if they chime in and want to come on the show, I'll bring them in before we get out. But that's what I'm finding, and those prices and that information is a few weeks old. But if not, a lot of people are jumping on it, then they probably still have those specials. It's a great place. It's right there, easy to get to. You just call in what you want. They have that on their Facebook page, and you'll just stop by in front, and they'll bring it out to your car. So that's
Nice.
That's good. And they say that orders placed by noon on Thursdays can be picked up at Corks, Caps, and Taps on Friday between 5 and 7 p.m. And orders placed by noon on Mondays can be picked up Tuesday between 5 and 7. And those prices are special pricing while they're closed. They will do curbside pickup. Email at brewerscct@gmail.com or via the Facebook Messenger on Corks, Caps, and Taps Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I don't know about your side of the world, Leah, but on mine, Cranky's is back open with limited days, hours, and limited menu, and a virtual grocery store. Grocery store. Um, the info for that is on my blog post that I did and their Facebook page. There's actually pictures of their menu and grocery items. So that's good because, they're staples of the downtown community and they were here before anything else was, basically. So I'm glad to see them making their way back. Also, Delicious by Shireen. And that's so good. Her stuff is so good. Is taking pre-orders for delivery on Friday. Again, on the blog post that I wrote about it yesterday and her Facebook page for more info. You order it starting today, and it will be delivered on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So she, I don't know if you can order anything from her regular menu or if it's just this that she's doing, but it included, it's a lot of vegetarian stuff. It was veggie wraps, maybe falafel, and it's on my blog post. I don't have it in front of me, so. But that's the change, the big changes, and the reason I point them out because we've had a couple of places that might have added something or have closed after a while, like Jeffrey Adams this past week. But this was the first re-entry
Yep.
weekend, so they decided that they're going to do it on a limited basis. And also, Ava's Cupcakes in Clemens actually reopened for limited stuff. And King's Classic Bakery on Trade Street is only offering delivery right now until they can feel comfortable about people coming back into their store.
Yeah, I didn't have any major changes on my M through Z clients.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like I've been stocking the Beer Growler and K Viva Latin Grill, the
Mm-hmm.
food truck.
Yeah.
Their food is delicious. If you've not had it, call ahead and you can order, and they'll actually ask you how long it's going to take you to get to their truck. And when you pull up, it's ready.
Yeah.
The thing to remember with their system, though, is you have to tell them before they ring it up what your tip is. I learned that the first time that it doesn't automatically spit out a thing for you to sign for tip. So tell them before. And then, so K Viva was outside the Beer Growler this weekend, and it was nice to see just the amount of people coming and getting beer, and then also ordering. It was a little hot spot, busy area.
Were they
And
practicing social distancing?
they were there's big X's on the ground,
Mm-hmm.
and so it got to the point of you had to figure out where you're getting beer or food or both, and who was in what line, going where. And the Beer Growler's doing everything online.
Yeah.
So you order online, you tell them if you're bringing a growler, set your growler on the window, and they'll come ask you who you are and switch out growlers. So it's kind of a nice process that they have going on
Does
there.
it have to be their growler? Does it have to be branded with theirs?
No, it can be any growler. They will
Nice.
switch it out. So
Okay.
Um, and then I did migrate over to your part of the list and go down to Jugheads.
Yeah.
This and partake. And so Jugheads is doing 25% off any growler fills. And so just to know that they're still out there doing their thing, and you can go over and get a growler filled, and it's 25% off until they reopen, until we get out of this pandemic that we're in. So that'll be there for a while. So take advantage of that and go see those fellas.
Cool. There's also, let's see, I have Burke Street Pizza has unveiled a new stay-at-home menu, and
Nice.
I'm very excited about it because a lot of Uncle Buzzy's stuff has made its way up the hill, and it's only
Really?
available. Yeah, it's only available at the original Burke Street location, not the Sherwood on Robin Hood location. Now, it's not the fried ridiculousness that they got kind of put away with, you know, but it is let's see, there's the foot long hot dogs. They're bringing those in. I'm trying to get this to
They
open
had a
up
bunch
so I
of
can.
burgers on there, which all looked
Yeah,
deliciousness,
yes. Now,
dangerously deliciousness.
my wife had the mushroom Swiss burger off this list. It's a double stack burger. My son had the Greek, which is exactly what it sounds like. I did not order off this menu only because I'm supposed to go this week to try some stuff. So, from my car, of course, but I'm going but I had, because one of my favorite things at Uncle Buzzy's was their Philly cheesesteak.
Mm-hmm.
And
That was a good one.
And so I actually I asked Dave about if they were going to put it on this menu, and he says probably not, because the Philly cheesesteak at Burke Street is the best-selling sandwich they have. So,
Mm.
so they decided not to migrate that one. But the beef on weck, the
Oh, that was
Italian
good.
beef, yeah, the Italian beef, and 3 chicken sandwiches. And so, yeah, those things are up there now, and I really recommend that you try them out. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Partake.
It's nice to have some of Buzzy stuff back.
Yeah, yeah. One more thing. We've talked about, I think, in the past, Shakunin ramen.
Mm-hmm.
They come and they go and they come and they go and they come. They have changed their name to Bootleg Ramen. I guess that's easier to say than Shakunin, but they are going to be doing deliveries, and their kitchen will be at Sanders Ridge Winery in Boonville.
Okay.
And they will also, when they're making their delivery runs, from the stuff that they will make it so you can just put it in your freezer and do it when you want to, or I guess that's better, because coming anywhere here from Boonville, food would be cold by the time I got here. But they will also deliver Sanders Ridge wines as well. So,
Oh.
so you
A
get 2 for
twofer.
1. Yeah, twofers.
We like those twofers.
Yeah.
We're like a deal.
Old Salem Museum and Gardens to bake bread for Second Harvest Food Bank.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I know when I'm not sure when Camino closed temporarily to all this is passing. Did they also close to the restaurants they serve, or just to the public? I'm not sure. It's not on their. It's not on their Facebook page. I could always just text Carrie and ask her, but so I don't know if they stopped doing that, because I know a lot of restaurants around town were using their bread for their food. I don't know, but the fact that Second Harvest is getting served from Old Salem, the Winkler Bakery, that is big news. You can read more about that on themanwhoatetown.com. So, Ray, you got anything else? What's happening in Mount Airy?
Nothing.
Is anything ever happening in Mount Airy?
Well, yeah, there's all sorts of stuff that would be happening, but yeah, it's all canceled for now.
Yeah.
One of the things that I've noticed about Mount Airy is this is Festival City, and there's some sort of festival going on pretty much every month. They're all gone. we did take a moment this past weekend and went downtown, and there were still a couple of the stores that were open. So, and we just got out, and there was a new place that opened up last year called Witt's Custard. Oh yeah, they were open. That was nice. Yeah.
Nice.
But
Oh.
beyond that, yeah, it's pretty quiet up here. Um, we are seeing some of the same efforts here that I'm hearing y'all report about in Winston, that there are folks who are stepping up to try to help folks, restaurants who have opened up and are serving folks from the hospitality industry, restaurants that are working with local folks to try to get some meals to them. It's exciting to see that pretty much everywhere we're seeing some goodwill towards people coming out during this time.
I was talking, who was I talking with? Someone from Hero House. And I said, I think there's going to be a lot of good stuff that come out of this. I know there's a lot of crap and a lot of bad, but I think on the other side, we'll see a lot of good stuff because basically people were already starting to societal distance
Mhm.
and
Hmm.
start losing sight of what's important. And this has made us all reevaluate. Some people are still crabby assholes, but for the most part, it's for the most part we have seen people come together and more sense of community. So hopefully, the other side of this, we see unity more than hostility. At least
Yes.
that's what I'm hoping.
Yes.
We
And
can
I'm,
hope
I'm
for
seeing
that.
evidence of that.
Oh yeah. One more thing to talk about real quick. Full disclosure, Ray and Leah have already signed off, and I'm adding this because I just got it. But this is from Delicio's Italian Restaurant. We hope everyone is staying safe. We will be back open Wednesday, April 15th for curbside pickup only. Their temporary hours will be Monday through Saturday, 4 to 9. No customers allowed in the building. Curbside pickup only. Someone will be outside to assist you. If paying by card, you will be asked to prepay by phone when ordering. If paying cash, please have exact change ready. And they said, thank you. We look forward to serving you and feel confident we can do this safely with a few changes. Really awesome news. That's all I got. Let's do some food holidays. Today is the
Cool.
13th of April, and it is National Peach Cobbler Day.
Oh.
Mm.
What makes it cobbler?
The fact that it doesn't have a crust.
A
You put
top crust or
it has a top crust, but it floats because when you make cobbler, you actually put all the crust on the bottom of the pan, then you put everything on top of it, and as you cook it, the crust comes up through all of the elements and then stays on top.
okay?
That's my understanding of what really makes a good cobbler.
All right. So I looked it up while you were talking. One way to differentiate between pie and cobbler is through the crust. Pies are encased in pastry, either just on top. I'm sorry, just on the bottom or on both the top and bottom. Cobblers, on the other hand, are simply topped with some sort of baked pastry or dough. Most pies are baked in a pie
Mhm.
pan, a round dish, and sloping sides. Uh, Stephanie likes to tell me a story of when she was going to UNCG. There was some place on campus or around campus that was one of those mom and pop diner type places. It might have even been Yum Yums. I don't know. But
Mm.
they ordered a cobbler and it was a pie. So the woman just put her fingers in it and started jabbing holes in it and says, now it's a cobbler.
No.
Yeah.
Hell.
Oh, wow. I love it. I love it.
So
Might not fly today, but that's a good story.
that's a great story. Um, this woman was kind of weird. From I don't think it was Yum Yums now that I'm thinking about it, but it was she loves telling that story though. On the 13th in 1883, Alfred Packer was convinced of cannibalism in Colorado. Actually, he was convicted of cannibalism. And actually, he was convicted of murder since cannibalism was not against the law at the time. He was sentenced to death, but was retried in 1886 and sentenced to 40 years. He was paroled in 1901 and died in 1907.
Wow. The cannibalism is not illegal, but they had to get him for murder.
Right.
That's just bizarre.
Yeah.
Well, you had the whole Donner Party in up in Nevada, and that's how they survived was cannibalism. So I don't know what it is now. I assume that cannibalism is not allowed now.
Yeah.
Secrets
It's at
in
least
the
frowned
sauce?
upon.
Yeah, at least frowned upon,
Yeah.
at the very least. I don't know.
Hold on.
Maybe if we had a good recipe, then maybe
Yeah.
it would be more acceptable.
Hold on just a second.
Yeah, I'm looking up. to
He's
see
looking
what
for recipes.
No.
secrets in the sauce. That's all I know.
It puts the lotion on its skin.
Gives a new meaning to, boy, that's a delicious looking butt.
She's tasty.
Tasty. Delicious.
Mm.
Yeah, the 1976, the $2 bill was reintroduced by the U.S. Treasury.
Ooh.
It had gone away for a bit.
I still have
and then-
one somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere I do too.
Mm-hmm.
In 2008, the National Meats Institute in Uruguay organized a record largest barbecue, grilling about over 26,000 pounds of beef on a mile-long barbecue grill using 6
Wow.
tons of charcoal.
A mile-long grill.
Yeah. I'm sure they
That
were.
sounds great.
They had to have been just like, side by side by side by side.
Something.
Yeah, there's no other way to make that work.
There is no mile
And then how
long
much?
grill.
So you gave the weight measurement, but how much does one sandwich weigh? Like, what's the higher?
I think
math
only
on
4
that?
people were eating.
Delicious. This is mine. You don't get any.
No pork for you.
No barbecue for you.
No beef for you. And on the 14th, it's National Pecan Day.
Pecan.
Yes.
Yeah, pecan.
It's pecan. Technically, they're all right.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
wherever
Thank
you
you.
are. Yeah. In 1828, on the 14th, Noah Webster published American Dictionary of the English Language with 70,000 entries, including more than 10,000 Americanisms.
I wonder how many are in there now.
Ooh.
I don't know. That's 100 and almost 200 years.
Do they even still print Webster's dictionary anymore? I
Yeah,
mean,
well,
would it not be
it's
bigger than your
Merriam.
door?
It's Merriam-Webster's
Merriam?
now. Yeah. Yeah. In 1912, on the 14th, anybody know what happened?
Something
Mm.
important?
No.
The British luxury liner Titanic struck an iceberg shortly before midnight.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's when we learned that Leonardo DiCaprio was king of the world.
Yes, exactly right.
Mhm.
And Rose is a selfish bitch.
Really? Just left him there. I mean, come on now.
There's plenty of room on there, Rose. Won't you just move over?
Yeah. You said you loved him, but no.
Yeah.
You see how you really a cold heart right there.
Don't let go, Rose. Don't let go.
Survival of the fittest. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. In 1927, on the 14th, Clarence Birdseye of Massachusetts received a UK patent for frozen fish fingers. In 1935, it was Black Sunday. A huge dust storm or black blizzard blew through through areas of New Mexico, Colorado, Oklahoma, and Texas. One of the worst dust storms in U.S. history. It displaced an estimated 300 million tons of topsoil.
That's a
Ooh.
lot.
That is a lot. On the 14th in 1945, a malfunctioning toilet on a German U-boat U-1206 forced it to surface off the coast of Scotland. Promptly attacked by British aircraft, the captain scuttles the boat.
That was like insult to injury right there.
Yeah, it was. Crapper's messed up. Crap. Bam. Crap again.
We heard that.
We just crapped ourselves. In 2010, on the 14th, Eastern Australia is hit by a locust plague. The insects infested some 190,000 square miles, ravaging farmland, gardens, and grazing areas.
Wow.
Mm.
Yeah. Australia goes through a lot of stuff. Didn't they just have like fires everywhere?
Fires, yeah.
Yeah, most of the country was burning.
Not just the beds,
No, not just the beds,
because
including the countryside.
Midnight Oil is from
Beds are burning,
Australia. Yeah. So, and the lead singer from there, all 6'9" of him or 6'10" of him, was a politician after that.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting. From rock star to politician.
That's right. Although,
Apparently you can do all sorts of stuff and still become a politician.
yeah, you could like not pay people and have failing businesses and get elected to be a someone who handles business. That's just never mind.
Crazy, right?
Yeah. On the 15th of April, it's National Glazed Ham Day, Banana Day, which is always the third Wednesday in April. And it's funny that the 15th is already the third Wednesday in April.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And a lot of people had some glazed ham over the weekend.
That's true. That's like the Easter thing to do, right?
We had ham.
Why is it glazed ham?
I don't know. It was less than $11 for a 7-pound ham.
Okay.
That's why we did ham.
And you can have sandwiches and all kinds of stuff later.
Yeah. And we've got this big old bone in the middle of it that we're going to, we'll boil that and make stock out of it and have soup later.
Nice.
Yeah.
In 1850, on the 15th, the city of San Francisco was incorporated.
You would have thought it was earlier than that.
Well, the 1849 was when the gold rush happened. That's why there's San Francisco 49ers. But so there was a town, I guess, or a place called San Francisco or Saint Francisco, probably Saint Francis, but it was incorporated on that day. In 1854, New York became the first state to fund a study of insects harmful to plants. In 1878, ivory soap was developed by Harley Procter. Air was whipped into the soap during production, which made it float. It was first sold a year later, and it was a huge success. Is that the one that's 99% pure?
I believe it is.
Something, yeah.
In 1912, on the 15th, the Titanic sank at 12:20. The ship had struck that iceberg shortly before midnight, so it didn't take long for it to go down. The unsinkable ship, by the way.
Yeah.
Just checking to make sure. In 1955, on the 15th, the first franchise McDonald's opened in Des Plaines, Illinois by Ray Kroc, who bought the hamburger restaurant owned by the McDonald brothers.
Des Plaines.
Yeah. On opening day, a 2-patty hamburger was 15 cents and French fries were 10 cents.
And I saw a flow chart this weekend on a site that I follow, and it is the largest franchise out of all the franchises out there.
That's the largest McDonald's? Or that's
McDonald's.
McDonald's itself is the largest?
Yeah,
Yes,
McDonald's
followed
is the
by what,
largest.
Subway?
Subway. Yeah, Subway's like right there.
Yeah, because and the thing is they Subway goes not on sales but stores, and there's Subway is one of the easiest buy-ins for
Yeah.
franchisees. It's like $75,000 liquid money and uh, something, 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 and it just doesn't take a whole lot to do it. So, and so they just went on a tear. But there are also a lot of Subways that are closing down. Probably because I don't eat fast food. However, I do go to Subway and places like that because it's more deli food to me than it is fast food. Because everything's made right there as you wish, and they're always out of everything. Because I go, they don't close till 10, right? I go at 8 o'clock,
Right.
and they refuse to open anything new. And I really wish I still had the owner's phone number, because I know the guy that owns that one and two others that I go to. So, in 1992, on the 15th, being as it is generally tax day, Leona Helmsley of Helmsley Hotels began serving time in federal prison for tax evasion. She served 18 months in prison. On the 16th, sure that wasn't me. On the 16th, National Eggs Benedict Day. I like it. And Day of the Mushroom. Not to be confused with National Mushroom Day, which is October 15th. Now, I don't have a problem. I mean, I'm not a huge mushroom fan, but I don't have a problem with them having a day. But do we need two?
No, we don't. Mushrooms are good. Love mushrooms.
Mm,
But we don't need to. One day to remember the mushroom.
that's right. Remember the mushroom, I guess. On 1521, on the 16th, Martin Luther arrived at the Diet of Worms. This is not the first fad diet. What is the Diet of Worms, old
Right?
Reverend Morgan?
Not in the Bible that I'm reading. Don't remember the diet of worms showing up in First John. Just don't think it's there.
And is that a summer diet or a January diet? Because in January you can't really get worms.
Now, a week ago when we had a lot of rain up here, I was out walking around and we had a lot of dead worms that had come out, but I wasn't thinking, yum.
My next
opportunity.
Okay, so looking it up, the Diet of Worms in 1521 was an imperial diet, which in Holy Roman Empire days meant assembly of the Holy Roman Empire, called by Emperor Charles V. It was held at the Helshof Garden in Worms, then an imperial free city of the empire.
So it's really more of a place name than an actual, you're going to eat worms.
Right. And the diet is an assembly, not actually what you eat. So now we know. In 1938, on the 16th, the French occupy Veracruz, Mexico during the Great Pastry War. In 1996, a segment about mad cow disease was aired on the Oprah Winfrey Show. Later, a group of Texas cattle ranchers sued Winfrey for her comments, in which the cattle ranchers, of course, lost that suit.
Because it was Oprah.
Yeah. Well, that was part of it.
Can't go up against Oprah.
How dare you?
I mean, it's Oprah.
You get a lawsuit. You get a lawsuit. You get a lawsuit.
I mean, if you turn her name around, it's still Harpo.
It is. The 17th of April is Malbec World Day. Malbec, of course, is a purple grape used in making red wine. It's one of my favorite red wines, Malbec. It's also National Cheese Ball Day, and I like cheese balls. Not like goofy people. I'm talking like actual cheese ball.
Okay. Yeah, my mind went somewhere else entirely.
especially the like port wine ones.
Oh yeah, I like those.
Yeah, I like those a lot. On the 17th in 1629, the first horses were imported to the American colonies by the Massachusetts Bay Colony.
Are those the ones that got loose out on the Outer Banks?
I don't know. I'm sure those are not still alive.
Maybe not the same ones, but it could be their descendants.
Generations later.
Yeah, many generations later. On the 17th in 1810, Lewis Mills Norton of Goshen, Connecticut, was issued the first U.S. patent for pineapple cheese. The popular cheese was sold in blocks shaped like pineapples, so it wasn't actual pineapple cheese.
Okay. I was going to say, I don't know. I mean, I get putting it on pizza, but yeah, it being a cheese.
Yeah.
That was a little disconcerting right there.
Yeah.
Just got to say, I wasn't prepared for pineapple cheese this morning.
On the 17th in 1917, the first Del Monte brand national advertisement appeared in the Saturday Evening Post.
Cool.
In 1979, the Swedish brand Absolut Vodka was first exported to the United States.
Just in 79.
Yeah, I didn't know that Absolut was Swedish. I thought it was Russian, but it's not. It's Swedish. In 2015, the SpaceX supply ship brought groceries, supplies, and an espresso machine to the International Space Station. Get it? Espressos. Okay.
Yeah, we
bum,
got
bum,
it.
Bum, bum, bum. Failed that one. On the 18th, it's National Animal Crackers Day. And I don't think that means the movie, the Marx Brothers movie. I think it's just animal crackers.
Animal crackers.
You know, I still eat those when I get a chance. They're good.
Yeah. They're just shortbread cookies?
Basically, yeah.
Stamped with animal shapes.
As long as they have icing on them, I'll eat them. I don't like just the plain.
Oh, we didn't know that there was a snob among us.
Yes, I need some icing on those bad boys.
You expect me to eat animal crackers? That better be icing.
How about if you add your own icing?
I mean, I'd be fine with just a vat of icing and forget the animal crackers.
I'm with you. I like animal crackers, but if I had a choice between animal crackers and icing, I'm going icing.
Put them together and, gosh, you got a winning combo.
You make sandwiches out of them. You know, animal cracker on the, maybe a lion on the top and a zebra on the bottom, and then icing in the middle.
A Libra?
What?
A Libra?
Yeah, something like that.
Libra.
Libra. Or if you have, do they have lions and tigers? If you can do that, you can have a liger.
And bears, oh my. Sorry,
stack.
It just came to mind, had to come out.
And there, I always thought it was just a Napoleon Dynamite thing, but there are such things as ligers, and they're not opposed to what Napoleon said. They're not bred for their skills in magic.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. And still vote for Pedro. On the 18th and 1868, California issued a charter for the San Francisco SPCA, which is the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. Just think that stupid song from Sarah McLachlan.
Ruined.
Huh?
The song's ruined.
Yeah.
I used to like the song.
It was the fourth SPCA in the United States. In 1895, on the 18th, New York State passed a law establishing free public baths for the promotion of public health and comfort, and probably prostitution thereafter.
Probably so.
In 1921, Ontario, Canada voted for alcohol prohibition to take effect on January 19th.
Stupid.
July 19th of that year. Yeah, that's
I
dumb.
was gonna say, why wait to January? Bring it.
And 1968, on the 18th, the London Bridge, originally constructed in 1831, which was the second London Bridge, was sold to Robert P. McCulloch of McCulloch Oil for $2.6 million. The granite bridge was taken apart and reconstructed brick by brick in Lake Havasu City, Arizona.
Sounds expensive.
Now there is a third London Bridge standing where that London Bridge was. And the one that we all, I always thought it was this way too. The London Bridge that I thought it was the one with all the, like the Golden Gate that had the wires and stuff.
Mhm.
That's actually the Tower Bridge, not the London Bridge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I thought that was London Bridge too.
I found that out on my honeymoon.
I wasn't there for that, so I didn't get to hear that.
Yeah, we
Right.
don't know.
I was there. On the 19th, it's National Amaretto Day. Yes, please.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I like a good almond flavored liqueur.
That would be amaretto.
That would be. It's also Garlic Day.
Oh, every day is garlic day.
Yeah, I like garlic. It's also National Rice Ball Day. I got nothing for that. I don't know what that is.
I got nothing for that either.
On the 19th, in 1938, RCA NBC began broadcasting the first regular TV programs from the Empire State Building for 5 hours per week. There were very few TV sets that existed at the time to receive these programs. In 1995, on the 19th, the Supreme Court ruled that alcohol content could be listed on beer labels, overturning a 1935 law which had prohibited it. And I believe today it's pretty standard. I don't
Pretty
think
much, yeah.
you
can
have to
check it now. You'll
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. I had one last week recording the Less Desirables that was 11.4%, and I had 2 of them. Luckily, I had gone to Zesto after recording this podcast and was not, walking into doors and stuff.
You had some food in your belly.
I did.
Makes a difference.
Which will be what I do when I leave here today or get off this podcast. So that's all your food, holidays, and histories for the week. Special thanks to James Ehler for at foodreference.com for making us chuckle,
Thanks, James.
roll our eyes, and argue the proper way of saying pecan. Just remember, you pee in a can, you eat pecans.
Duly noted.
Yeah.
Yes, get that one right for sure.
Yeah.
Whatever else you do today, get that right.
Yes, at least hit the bowl, right?
Yes.
We
aim to please. You aim to please.
Yes. Well, the Man Who Ate the Town podcast is part of the Less Desirables podcast network. Along with this podcast, you can listen to the Less Desirables, Beer Dads, Fender Interference, Apartment 5B, Beeswax, Final and More, Sipping NC, once this is over, and Wheeler's Dog, which is twice a week right now. You can find all these podcasts and their latest episodes on our network website and directory, tldpodnetwork.com. You also find social media links for each one as well on that page, tldpodnetwork.com. We greatly appreciate if you visited our sponsors like Carrabba's Italian Grill, located 587 South Stratford Road. They have their pull-up drive-through, impromptu drive-through ready to serve you, and Daniel has still been donating a lot of meals to those people who are making this town still work. And it's just awesome. Let Daniel demonstrate what a responsible, large-scale family of restaurants looks like. Carrabba's takes the community it serves very seriously. Of course, as he told last week, and as you can see on his page or the Carrabba's page, and having a fantastic franchisee like Daniel certainly does not suck. Follow them on social media and on Carrabba's.com. We'll get back to wine dinners and things like that soon, I hope. Washington Perk and Provision Company is located at 301 West 4th Street. You will find a little bit of everything at the Perk. Local fruits and veggies, meats, dairy from local sources. Bingo Bango sodas made right here in Winston-Salem. Wolfie's Custard made right here in Winston-Salem. They have a deli in the back. They have a chip wall. They have a lot of things going on in there. Just don't linger too long, because that's not allowed right now. They are better than a convenience store, not quite a grocery store. On Facebook, they're Washington Perk, or at Washington Perk _DTWS on Instagram. Humblebee Shop is located at 1003 Brookstown Avenue in the west end of downtown. Right now, they are still doing deliveries on, Saturdays? Leah?
Saturdays, yep.
Yeah, taking orders during the week and delivering on Saturday. Do they have a deadline for the order?
I think it's Thursday, but I would go up to the Facebook page and just double check that, or go on there online.
Okay.
Yeah.
You need to go to Instagram and look up the Humblebee Shop. Brittany is whipping up the batter on some delicious desserts, cakes, and muffins, be it regular, vegan, or gluten-free. They want to challenge your perception of Scratch Made and leave you with an experience you couldn't possibly forget. For more information, follow them on Facebook and Instagram, or visit thehumblebeshop.co.
That's SHOPPE.co.
Keep an eye on my blog and this podcast to find out more about food news and happenings around town. Also, go to WSStrong.com, because that is not only the food and beverage list, but all the good resources that's being added to every week. So I know Leah is busting her behind to get that done. So if you have any food news or anything to talk about or add to the list, send an email, Tim at the manwhoatethetown.com, or learmetz@gmail.com. You can get us on the Instant Messengers, Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Like us on Facebook. On Twitter, we are Man Who Number 8 the Town. On Instagram, we are Man Who Ate the Town. And now we invite you to leave a voicemail for the podcast. Actually, any podcast on the TLD network. You can call 336-422-6862. That's right, 336-422
Numb.
Leave us a voicemail and we'll play it on the podcast. I have some for a different podcast. I want our listeners to leave some stuff. Just tell us that we suck. Tell us we're doing a great job. Say, hey, I had this for lunch. Send us a picture. Do all that stuff. Tag us. Tag WS Strong, or actually Winston-Salem Strong on that as well. It's a reminder to all the listeners, and it's just good practice, not just for now, but for always. Wash your damn hands. Wash with warm water and soap, and doesn't have to be antibacterial, just real soap. Probably right now, antibacterial is not the way to go. You need some good bacteria. Sing happy birthday while you're doing it. Recite the Star Trek opening, Another Brick in the Wall. Any of your favorite popular songs, do that. And that's...
But not the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, please. Just don't sing that one.
Oh, no, you will have no skin left. Skin, it's been nice to know ya. So, yeah. Thank you guys for being here. Both of you.
Thank you for what you're doing.
Well, we're trying, right, Leah?
We're trying.
Well,
you're doing more than just trying. Y'all are making an impact.
We are kicking butt. Well, my name is Tim.
My name's Ray.
And I'm Leah.
And we're closing the recipe box. Until next time, thank you for reading. Thank you for listening. Bon appetit. Yamas. views and opinions stated by me or any of my guests are solely those of ours and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of our hosting companies, distributors, enemies, friends, or relatives. This podcast is copyrighted and cannot be reproduced or distributed without express written consent of the man who ate the town, that's me, and Such Limited Inc. However, if you ask nicely, we'll probably let you.